Hello guys, this is Braxis here, and this is a build for Chang'e. Now this will be a three-part series, or a two-part series, sorry, for each of the individual builds for all the gods that I mainly use. And I didn't mean to click on Isis, but today this is the build for Chang'e, because Chang'e is such an underrated god. I chose her out of all the other ones to go over because she can do so much that not many gods actually can do. She is such a, she's really good. Um, Chingy is not only an amazing healer, especially a team healer, probably one of the best in my opinion in the game, but she does outrageous damage if you build her properly. And that's what this video is talking about today, is actually how to build her and optimize her abilities to actually be able to be good with her. Because a lot of people I've seen that has played Chang'e, it's like, oh man, I can't really get any kills. I mean, she's just really just a healer. Just stay back and kill somebody every once in a while or something, or have to have assists. But we're going to start out with looking at her abilities. First of all, we have the Crescent Moon Dance, which that ability alone is amazing. Does a lot of damage once you have it built up. Then the Moon Waltz allows you to actually dodge almost any attack, jump out of Fenrir's mouth, get out of all the other abilities. Her Moonflower Dance heals, does damage to the enemies, and the Waxing Moon ability stuns everybody and does a lot of damage. And of course her passive, of course the rabbit allows you to fetch stuff, and it also buffs some of her passive abilities. But if you build these abilities the right way, not with with the items, you will be able to implement a very large amount of damage. Because her A ability, the Moonlit Waltz, actually allows you to jump. Like I said, out of Hades' ability, his ult, it allows you to dodge a lot of damage. While her Moonflower just allows you to heal after dodging all that damage. And in her X ability, if you hit somebody with that and use your Waxing Moon, it almost kills almost any god instantly. Unless they're running magical protection, she can do a lot of damage to even tanks. And I've been able to take down, Ymir and a bunch of other gods using her. So she can be really good if you use her correctly. And going back to her abilities, she's just, the abilities do so much damage once you. And a lot of people think you should use lifesteal or other things with her, but I build her more along the lines of damage more than lifesteal, because I just don't think lifesteal with her is that well needed. I mean, she has healing abilities. What's the point of lifesteal? You want to pack as much damage as you possibly can, and that's what makes her a whole lot better. And yeah, also she's a very close range kind of magical, so you'll have to be pretty close to them to use any of your attacks, except for the Waxing Moon. All the other attacks are relatively close to God, so just make sure that you. I don't have any abilities set up. You have to be really close to them. But the first one we're going to look at is the Shoes of Focus. The Shoes of Focus allows you to have a cooldown reduction time, and it also increases your movement speed, just like every boot does. Boots are crucial to her because she is extremely slow, and because her abilities have such low cooldown times, we're running cooldown reduction on low cooldown times, makes them extremely low cooldowns. To be honest with you, her X ability's cooldown is literally 3 seconds after all these cooldowns. With the Chronos Pennon works the same way, cooldown reduction. The Soul Reaver and your Gem of Isolation are the Gem of Isolation mainly gives you a lot of damage, and it also allows you to slow the enemies down. And that's really useful. You know, the Soul Reaver does damage, and the Gem of Isolation slows the enemies down tremendously, allowing you to actually go in there and take them out, because like I said, you are slow. The Rod of Tahuti and the Bancroft's Talon just finishes off that damage. It just finishes it off and makes it 10 times stronger. Now you ask me, why do I use the Bancroft's Talon, considering that's the pretty much life steal, but I think that just a little bit of life steal literally can help her. If you look on the right, you can see how much freaking power that I'm giving her, and her cooldown. Her cooldown is literally almost maxed out. So that's why that we build her like this, because her cooldown reductions is outrageous on her abilities. You'll be able to use her healing and her X ability continuously through almost the entire match. And once you have her about level 15 to level 20, she literally doesn't have to go back to get anything unless you literally want to buy items, and you don't even need that because you have the rabbit. And actives. You can choose what actives you want to give her. I know a lot of people see this build and they're like, oh, I'll need to run, you know, salvation or something like that to give her mana back. I use actives like the teleporting to gods and the blink ability, because they actually allow me to move across the map a whole lot faster, help my teammates out if they need help. Mainly I play Joust and Conquest, which, you know, two main game modes, but more or less in Conquest, those items are a whole lot more needed than in Joust. So if you're playing something like Joust a lot, I would consider buying Salvation, or, I mean, whatever actives is really particular to you. I would I would definitely suggest Salvation and you know, the beads, because the beads definitely help you get away from Hades or somebody that tries to capture you. I mean, if your A ability don't work, you know, your beads definitely will be able to stop. But yeah, that's Chang'e's build. We will be um, I will be uploading some more clips for Smite and some other games, and mainly I'll be doing builds for other gods. So if you have any suggestions for any builds that you want me to do, or any suggestions or how to actually build a god, just you know, like and subscribe, comment, and thank you. And there will also be a gameplay clip of this, a part 2. Thank you.